Okay, so I've had a quick look up of what's going to happen now, and I'm a little less worried about this floating around. I have a rough idea what we're going to do. So we have a few minutes. We're actually going to head back to try and find somewhere quickly. Last time we left off, of course, we finally managed to get the body down from the tree and, you know, do actual police work rather than just natter to people. So, side doors, isn't it? Why we use the side doors at the front door? No idea. But yeah, I haven't actually found the Frittte store. I just realised this. I had bottles I could sell there. We're going to do that. I'm probably going to have nowhere near enough to rebuy the room, which is what I forgot. I forgot he kicked us out. So we're going to be here. I never quite found out where the Frittte store was. And I have a funny feeling it's over here. So, oh, hello. Money. Nine.
A small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face.
This is not what I wanted to do. Oh.
The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile.
Excuse me, ma'am, I'd like to ask some questions.
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Wait,
Oh.
she's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
No, precisely. Why you gotta be a good guy, kid? Okay. Good day. What's this? Ruins full of snow. No one lives here anymore. Oh. An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing towards the sea. It looks like it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. Who's this? A silver plaque on the statue pedestal reads, "I am Frittte III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippine kings of Revachol, son of Frittte II the Opulent, father of Frittte IV the Insane."
As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations on the king's chest piece.
What did this king do?
Even by the standards of the Philippian kings,
Philippine.
old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy.
In what way?
Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol.
You start recording, and your dogs decide to go yell at someone. Interesting. Sorry, I'm paying attention to Peter. I'm sorry.
His
I'm paying.
own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
Look, I'm not asking this, but my dog would like to know how he managed to blow through the entire national treasury.
Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices.
Oh, I see, so he was an RPG protagonist. Okay, cool.
There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
That's racist. He called it the Sorum. It was an obscene. The whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers like some obese dragon instead of a bed like a normal person. Hey, look. It's a phase, alright? Don't worry about it. You'll get over it. Kind of, hopefully. There's no way that's true.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
The what then?
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. he was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy.
That's a lot to process.
His Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher realms.
Okay, so he was addicted to nose candy. Bloated druggie?
That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later. Right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay.
Alright, where's he buried now?
Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay,
I mean,
thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum.
they said that. Again, it's like, you can probably tell there's probably a loop there somewhere, but yeah, whatever. What happened to the statue?
The original was blown apart by communards, then
Fair enough.
further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces.
Alright, but who restored it?
Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city.
So arseholes, basically.
The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
I really don't get up.
Neither do people in Martinez. The statue has proved to be controversial in a neighborhood mostly populated by the left-leaning working class. Those critics might have it wrong, though. There's more to it than just ironism, but you can't say what precisely. Perhaps this art mystery will be solved at a later time.
Doubtful.
Philip III, the Squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he ever did in life either.
What indentations? What do I see?
Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass, around where the heart is. A bullet? Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting.
Kim, is anyone taking a pot shot at this?
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word for it.
I mean, you clearly. What do you think?
Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke? Target practice or a political statement?
Well, it's not connected to the murder because there's no sign of gunshots on the body. We haven't found a gun anyway. Could be target practice.
Why not? What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here, and people still shoot them, sometimes at kings.
The king stands high above you, surveying the bay.
I think here is this is the loop.
As
Yeah.
you look up, you notice
Told you there was a loop there somewhere. I know these things, right? Side back. So where is the Frittte? Help to have a map. Well, I don't have a map. Is it down here? I don't think I've been down this way. Ah. Who this? There it is.
Welcome to Revachol.
Announces the rotund man. The remark is addressed to you. It's addressed to the lieutenant. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
Rock on, Kimster, rock on.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
what he means is fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
So we are in a loop now. You could be right, you know. You're undermining our best shot at self-real determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense.
Do I have to sit a bitch down?
Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Well, I think we all learned something here.
I haven't learned anything I didn't know before.
The Lorryman shakes his head in indignation.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Well, at that cell, we've got some questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
He waits impassively, cigarette smouldering between his fingers.
He smells of heavy motor oils, and his breath of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astra Whites.
I found this mug in the trash. Yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Is it yours?
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
We're done for now. So, let's see if I find out this place is closed. Frittte! Sick! We'll talk to Kim in a sec.
Welcome to Frittte. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
What's got there?
You mean this?
She looks at the cover boasting a clever photo of two girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Forget about that. What's this fashion police feature?
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
There you have it, prize.
No. I don't like it. I hate it.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
I'll leave for now. A melancholy pop song plays on the radio. That's there, probably.
The tear machine stands in the corner. As your bottles clunk into the machine and the money appears.
Oh, that just thing. Okay. Well, let's go. Nay! That one. So those off now, huh? Dork! Right. Take him.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for the damages yet.
You should take care of that, then.
I don't have the money.
Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the street. We'll figure something out.
So that's what I found out. Yellow roses. Dozens of them. Tulips too. But yeah, that bit with Kim is what I found out earlier. As well as remembering pretty much almost as soon as I was finished uploading the thing. 3 T's! Oh, idiomantic? What are those? I'm gonna take these fucking gloves off in a minute as well. They are part of my prestige. Words, meanings, memes. Big money, big prizes. I love it. God, you fuck.
Can I help you?
It's about the money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
I was wondering if we'd come to an arrangement for tonight.
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
I think Kim's about to say something.
I understand your predicament as the manager. However,
You readjust his glasses.
I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and
He stops mid-sentence.
I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment.
You still have the key.
Good luck trying to use it.
He taps his foot against a metal box installed in the back of the counter.
Draconian measures.
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock.
Oh, so she's not going anywhere, is it?
Not until you bring me the money.
Okay. I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
No, and I'll put some points into endurance, you fucking slacker. Don't you tell me what to do, loading screen. I'll end you. I have the ability. I have the ways. So, back to the demon car that is Kim's car.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a rate.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
I confiscated these 4 a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
What do you mean you confiscated them?
A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high.
Isn't that corruption?
I don't know. Is it? I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back.
Did you want to put the spinners on air?
No, that would be silly. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cop with spinners. That would be outrageous.
That would be too wacky, yeah.
Exactly.
So you have to sell them because of me.
As I said, they are useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier.
Is there something about a pawn shop?
Yes, there's one 100 meters south of here. I think it's called Roy's Nest or something. If I'm not mistaken, it should be open late.
Cheers, Kim.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners.
And so, I'm guessing south is this way. An ancient fountain. It doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. I want this. I want this. Tire tracks leading to the roof. The such a rain is almost washing the roof. What? We'll have to look into that. Plastic wrapped macaroni stamped with humanitarian aid. This says humanitarian aid tuna fish, not for resale. This says speakers for the people of Samara. This says food kit for the people of Mississini. Helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. Oh. Hot air rises up from the sewer. Sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. Herboy. Okay, mate, seeing this. Oh, no, is that it? Oh, we're gonna walk on this side of the. Oh, it's stairs now, it's fine. Roy's Pawn Shop. Fast cash for faster times. There's a lot of shit in here. Some kind of machine. An anti-cash register? In the dark, a film projector is wearing away. A bust of a woman. The flat simply says, "Dear?" Dear? Mostly miniature gear, a few eccentric fashions thrown in. Welcome to my baron shop.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCN in my pawn shop.
The man at the counter turns to you slowly.
What can I do for you?
Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately. RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake. People who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
It's quite the collection. I think I've got something I can add to it.
It keeps me entertained.
It's essentially just drawn once more to the play of lights and shadows on the walls behind you.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe.
Is he high and what's he on?
Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides. But you can't cut through the jumble of sensations to get to the answer. Looking at his wares, talking to him, that might give you more clues.
Something I'd like to sell.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
The lieutenant steps in and hands him the spinners.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them?
Ha-ha!
Jump-a-mesque banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
The lieutenant explains as the pawnbroker opens the cash register and counts the
Of
cash.
course. I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again.
Thank you.
He takes the cash and turns to you.
Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The rest goes into his pocket.
The rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being separated
Oh,
from his
no.
spinners.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I have this fun. No.
Another time, perhaps.
Well, let's take it away. Right, so we're going to leave. Revachol is pronounced Revachol. Orianger is pronounced Orianger. Klasi is pronounced that. And I am pronounced moron. Or muppet, depending on how old you are. Or, well, you know, your inclination, I guess. I don't know. Right, spaceman. Get rid of Kim and go do that thing over there. I'm not gonna go in now. I want to go in there. I want to open it and walk off because I want to see what's in there. But I don't know if I can tonight or not.
Can I help you?
About that money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
Yes.
Well,
I'm sorry for the trouble.
great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow. The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
He opens his wallet.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
I saw another thing at the whirling.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
Ah, never mind.
Yes.
I see shit. Right. So we can go up here now. We're gonna do the debrief to get rid of Kim. Okay. So Kim's probably staying there. Okay. So is it just out here?
Yes?
No. Oh, leveled. I'm not sure what I need. No. So far, most of the checks we've done. Let's say one there. And I think, no, composure we didn't lose. What was the one? Can't level that one up. Oh, no, these skills, do I? Do I have skill points? I just had the one, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's on top. And... don't know what else do I had here. Right, so... yeah, after... on the balcony. Oh, yeah, this is the balcony.
Yes?
So... oh, was it... outside? This is the balcony! This is not the balcony! This is the landing! If it means out here, I'm gonna shit. I'm gonna be exceptionally upset if it means out here.
Yes?
No. Well, no. Oh, shit, I need to stop doing that.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Okay, that's it. Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Okay. No point did the thing say click on the door. Ugh. This is ending the
The
day.
air
Well,
outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM?
didn't know you spoke him.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
Alright, the debrief.
Yes. It's been a long and eventful day.
How do you think today went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on. Then you shot the body down, which was quite the shot.
I just can't wait to shoot more shit. Yeah. No. Nothing really. I'm just doing my job.
It enabled us to perform a field autopsy on the victim. We found some things we can really work with.
Did we?
I still feel like we missed something, but it's up to the boys in processing now. We did perform a thorough search of the crime scene. That's great.
What did we miss?
Now, as for interviews, my list of people to talk to here in Martinez, I mean.
The initial interviews? Yeah, well, we talked to some people.
Including Everard Clare, a daunting adversary, if there ever was one. He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
He's not saying much on the matter because he thinks you could have gotten more out of Everard.
It's a little intimidating, honestly. He has stuff on me.
Well, we will have to work through that. Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief.
I don't really know how I feel about my name, actually.
That's normal. It's best not to give it too much thought. We didn't talk to the Wild Pines rep. We really must do that tomorrow.
I don't even know where she is!
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I don't like to waste time, you know? My mind moves fast, so I just have to try and keep up.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills.
He nods thoughtfully, tapping his finger on his cigarette.
Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
He looks at you, thinks his shoes, and smiles suddenly. You don't have my shoes, kid, fuck off. So what are our powers exactly, the RCM?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Why not more?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol.
Okay, fine. What else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station cold sleep. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
Hang on, how do we sure the rest of you will show up?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
And if they resist?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
So if I kill someone while on duty?
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
Sure. What happens to the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
He taps his coat pocket, where he keeps his notes. And who makes all these rules?
The coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
His gaze is absently fixed on a window just below that which went dark.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM. Silence. A great comment to such a conundrum.
The Moral Internship, what is it?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
Yeah, I really didn't know. That's how bad it is in here sometimes.
Okay. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
What do they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
What's their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early night sky above.
Who was Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age?
He thinks.
You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
So what do you think of them?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
I have an opinion on the Moral Intern!
Do you?
Lieutenant arches his brow and pulls out a cigarette. There's a slim white thing in his fingers. I'm not pressing 4. You can't make me press 4. If anyone presses 4, I will think less of you. I'm joking. I've done an awful job here. I mean, have you seen the place? This isn't humanism.
We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
Vigilantes does sound bad.
Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez. Most of them, at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuragi's glasses light up as he looks to the sky. 2 glowing circles.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
He pulls on the cigarette. Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company. Not daring to come here more often. It's like I told you, this place is an orphan, fallen between the cracks.
And Jamrock and the GRIH?
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
He looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
This might be a slightly naive of me, Kim, but I hope our investigation will help some improve the situation here. At least attempt to do some good.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
Mm-hmm.
He is very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older.
Cheers, Kim.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
He puts the stub out of his cigarette and looks through the door.
Aces high. For the rest of the world, the Aces High is just a cool Revachol thing, politically neutral. In Revachol, it still holds revolutionary connotations. Also, have you looked at Lieutenant Kitsuragi's clothes? He wears a bomber jacket, just like the ones worn by aerostatic brigades, and those cargo pants could store tools for hotfixing your aerostatic. Maybe you should ask him about this.
Am I? Volumetric shit compressor. I'd forgotten about that one. No. Can we ask him about this? Kim?
Yes?
Kim? I want to talk about you.
What about me?
You're wearing a Revolutionary Air Brigade jacket, aren't you?
What? This? It's just seasonal clothing.
Well, those are like airman pants. Give us storing tools in.
Where is this going?
I have this thing in my head right about your ideas and connections.
Interesting. I think it's called the brain.
Fuck you.
It's no mere brain.
Yes, a brain. Anyway. In this puzzle place, I've come to suspect that you have some kind of thing with the Revolutionary Air Brigades.
I do not have a thing with Revolutionary Air Brigades in particular.
Just air brigades, then.
Okay, I wanted to become an aerostatic pilot. Then I turned 10 and realized we no longer have an air force.
Are you sure this revolutionary thing has got nothing to do with this?
Absolutely nothing.
The revolutionary must have added a little luster to it for a 10-year-old Kitsuragi. He will never admit it, though.
Absolutely nothing?
I've noticed. And, okay, the Revolution employed a more forward-looking 8-rotor design. Their blades were foldable, and their pilots were better trained and motivated. I say this from a purely tactical standpoint, of course.
Uh-huh. Cheers, Kip.
Good.
Do you ever talk to yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking, do you ever have, like, conversations with, like, your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
Shut up,
The
right?
lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic. But this isn't an old school case.
Oh, 1 second. So, cranking phone calls. We love them, don't we? Where were we? I get it. You're one of those old school detectives.
So what? That makes you the new school? God spare us. For real detective work, nothing beats a good notebook by your side.
The lieutenant produces his familiar Mnemotechnique A6 and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all have our different mediums. His is written.
Hey, tell me a secret about yourself.
No.
Okay.
The lieutenant nods.
Good. Let's change the subject.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, yeah. See you in the morning.
Yes?
Bye. Oh. And now we run. Because I lied. We're doing this now. I don't know if there's any kind of maliosis for staying up late, but I think we're going to do this to try and get that Union boss on our side. But I also want to have a poke around in there. And if that means he's going to be pissed at us, well, he's going to be pissed at us, isn't he? Ask me if I care. Right, so it was around here. It was that side here. By that wall that's just dying for us to do stuff to it. And I believe it was this door here. Is it this door here? No, it was this door.
The door to the weasel's den, guarded by the lion-headed knocker. Both have seen better days.
We're gonna knock.
You knock silently. The upholstery muffles the sound. No response comes from the apartment.
Unlock the door.
You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. There's nothing else to do than to leave and tell Everard. No conceivable reason for you to intrude on the premises. There might be important information in the apartment. I mean, there might.
And I believe there is. Let's go. There's a reason Everard wanted us to leave this open. And I don't... And remember, we know that there is a mugging. We know the lynching was something to do with the docks, because the dock workers were there. So why would the Union boss want to leave this place open with no other reason? Let's have a look around. Oh, hello. The smell of disinfectant in the room. Smells like chemicals. That's theft. Oh, hello. Small suitcase full of clothes. Guess they're staying over? That's suspicious as fuck. Bird title, the hidden world of walking sticks lies open. Oh. You can almost feel the warmth of the red sun on this flag.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty.
What of the sun?
This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle.
That sounds like something out of, oh, crumbs. The Spanish Inquisition game. I can't remember the name of it. That's gonna fucking annoy me. It sounds like a Dark Soulsian style thing, you know. It sounds like is it Dishonored? No, not Dishonored. That's fucking vampires. Anyway, you get that here. What's the miracle?
It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag. The flag doesn't seem to mind. It's just a colourful fabric with a sun sewn onto it. Like all feudal flags, it looks like a children's drawing.
So there's got to be a reason why he's left this open. That's what we're gonna hear. Nice. Whoever lives here admires fair-headed fantasy heroes with big muscles. Interesting man. Maybe he likes Japanese rather than Western.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes. And others.
Ah.
A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable. There's something disdainful in the way the curves and lines of the bodies were drawn.
What do I mean uncomfortable?
It looks like the artist is celebrating diversity, but underneath, he's just making fun of these people.
Cynical, slippery bastard.
You ain't gonna change someone's mind by calling them a bastard.
Let's whip out this one.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor, the same mocking lines. The owner of this collection could be dumping his trash in the Whirling's container. An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road.
Could this really be the same person who puts the dead man clothes in the trash?
Who knows? Could be. But this clothes in the trash lead doesn't really seem like it's going anywhere. Still, good thing to keep in mind. You could ask Everard who this person is once you're done here.
Let's move on. There's more we can do with them.
A row of mugs sits on a little ring. There's something you ain't gonna change someone's mind by calling them a bastard. A little ring. There's something it looks like the artist is selling. Of course, you slippery bastard.
Hey!
A little. There's something it looks like the art. No one's telling you to like him.
Yeah. Remember what I said about loops? If there probably is something else we can do there, but as I said, there is no point in leaving that open. And again, it's all about talking about how big its conversation trees are. You can't just leave something like that open because it's going to get noticed by someone trying to go and do completionist stuff. And so you end up. I click that. The belly of this boat shines like it was recently painted. And yeah, we're going to call it a day then. In more ways than one. Bit of a quicker one than today. I'm sort of rushing through this bit because I have roadworks. I don't know if they're a thing or not, but yeah, a bit of a quicker one today, just sort of dealing up with the fact that I was getting a little confused with what was going on at the end here, but we seem to be okay now. I'm going to make sure I've got 20 quid for the... Yeah, she's gone. Another time, microphone. Another time. Right, so we are going to finish up tonight for today. I'm going to go into here. Door. Right. I guess that's where we're going to sleep, but we have a day with the mirror.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Let's use the chain cutters to fix the faucet to stop the steam from fogging the mirror up.
Your hands, however skillful, can't manage this task on their own. You should get your chain cutters out.
Oh. Chain cutters. Gloves are improving that, aren't they? Yeah.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber.
And because someone called me a coward, we're going to do the impossible one. Because it's impossible.
It's like something snaps in you. A nerve ending. A thought. A sadness. Your face in the mirror is suddenly clean of the layer that had distorted it. For God knows how long. Just like that, it's over. The running gag that your life had become. A sad old man looks back at you.
I am an XCOM god. Anyway, is this still working?
The fan stands. The switch must be broken.
Oops.
Because the lights are off. The lights are the lights.
The lights! The lights! The lights! And there's the name of
The
a
bed
bed.
is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours.
Oh, it's
The
separate.
sheets look awful.
Let's scroll in. And...
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't come. And then sleep doesn't come.
I want to sleep.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Show the pillow.
Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. Smells of alcohol and sweat. And grease.
What about the blanket?
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here. Intimate and warm. Breathing. A bit tense in the muscles. Relax.
Show the other side.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Who killed him? Who?
Something to do with... What was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
No more thoughts. Fall asleep now.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Huh? Okay. I'm not running. I'm not even going to try and run. Yeah. So, I noticed the tie on the fan, and yeah.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
I remember nothing.
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
Tell me what this is. I'm not answering you before... There. Where the fuck that line up? Tell me what this is. I'm not answering before you tell me who you are.
You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This'll be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life?
You said... who?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth?
I was left.
That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle, and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I can get it all back.
No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Isolas on the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 1,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people, and you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
I've talked to you before.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do, even in your dreams, and the act is wearing thin. The spots on the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time, sweating up the bed.
Stinky boy.
I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown? Who are you kidding?
I'm trying to solve this case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
There's another type?
Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too, so soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork, barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Ooh. Okay, game. Okay, game. Oh, I got chills on that one. Hey, Lemire.
Good going, buddy.
What the hell was that?
Oh, just a dream. You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
The hell is going on with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Why is this happening?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more.
No.
You're too weak to say no now.
Oh.
Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline.
No. I can take this. I'm not going to go looking for speed.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
That's a lie. I can do this without the speed. Half the town won't be dead.
Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
And there we are. I went to bed holding my chain cutters like a mouse. So, yeah, holy shit. Sorry about that. Obviously, we'll be putting a warning in the, a bit of more of a starker warning considering the fact that it actually showed the, yeah. Is that false? Jesus Christ. Anyway, so, yeah, we're going to save it there, and, we'll, get back in later. Probably going straight to Everard.